Hello and welcome. I am the Gaming Trucker, and this is take number 4 or 5 or 6, I don't remember which, on this episode. Whew! OBS has not been nice to me. That is a recording software that I've been using, and if it doesn't work this time, it is out of here. It's not worth the frustration. So hopefully it does work. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day, and I'm gonna try to have a great day from now on. So there. Right. First thing, we're gonna switch our milestone over to part assembly, and let's see how much of that we have already. We have that. We just need another 40 cable to complete that. And we ran out of wire. Of course we did. 50. I have some? Yeah, I have some in my inventory. Right. So this episode, we are going to be expanding this platform out, picking up, there we go, all of these things here, expanding the platform, the foundations, all the way around to over there. We will expand our iron production here, iron part production rather, and then fix our copper part production as well. And before we actually get to that stuff, we're going to put into place a fuel production area right in here as well. So let's kind of just start diving right into that stuff. Come over here and collect some concrete. That should do. I'm gonna empty my inventory, and there goes our power. I'm actually gonna take all of this stuff and put in organization, personal storage box right here for temporary storage of all of these little things like that. Even the wood and leaves and flowers. And that should do nicely. Okay, so I did craft all of the biomass that I had into solid biofuel. Right, it's back here. Wow. It's been one of those days. And split. And we'll just put all of it into those 3 because we only need 3 of them up and running. Flip the switch and that activates all of them. Okay, now we ended up pulling some biomass out of there. That's fine, not a big deal. Right, I will like to have the chainsaw, and that's going to need 5 reinforced iron plates. We have the rods. We don't have the screws. Actually, it's probably over there sitting in that machine by now. And we do have the cables. So let's run over there, get the cables, and we will play with that chainsaw for just a moment. Yep, there we go. That's enough. And how are we doing on rods? Let's take the excess out of there, and we will go ahead and pick up a stack of plates, though we probably won't actually need them. Over here, it's at 40 some. We will take a stack, top that off while it still has power, because we're going to be cutting power from this whole facility very quickly. Right. Over here, no. Yes, over here. Do that. We'll send this off. Just like that.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Thank you, Ada. So, we unlocked the assembler, which allows us to combine 2 parts into 1. And she did mention that some complex parts are too complicated to be produced here in the craft bench. Now, what she was referring to is the smart plating. We cannot craft smart plating in the craft bench here. We have to use machines to do that. Right? So let's select the next milestone, which will be logistics. Okay. Now that should do fine for now. This will hold all of that plus that, and that'll do. What was I waiting for now? More screws, right. I used a bunch of the screws over there to craft those reinforced iron plates. And that'll do. Let's get the chainsaw. We'll play with that for just a minute before we get started with those platforms and picking all of this stuff up. So chainsaw has a really cool animation when you the very first time you open it up. He pulls it out and he inspects it, he flips it over, turns it at different angles and looks at it, shows it to you. And unfortunately, since I've done this episode several times now, trying to get the audio and video and everything to work properly, we no longer get to see that animation. But let me open up my inventory, put the chainsaw there, and fair warning, it is a little bit loud. Oh, he is gonna examine it. Okay, so what must have happened is sometimes I unlock my middle mouse wheel so that I can spin it and scroll through things faster, and it must have been I must have just cycled through it really quickly the last few times I did this. Oh, cool. So, there you go. He flipped it over, examined it, and the bar of the chainsaw pops out of the end. Very, very cool. So, it is very loud when you come over here and start sawing down trees, and I want you to pay attention to see how all of these trees are around here. I'm highlighting this one tree right here, and it picked up all of them and the foliage in the area. So, you don't have to cut down every single tree individually, and it does work on foliage like that. Okay, now I'm not going to make you listen to that over and over again. I do want to show you firsthand one other feature. That rock is close enough to this little leaves here. And there it is. You will pick up rocks if they're close enough to something else that you can cut down. You cannot, however, walk up to a rock no, it won't work. You will not highlight the rock and just cut down a rock. It has to be close to a tree or some other plant that you can interact with the chainsaw. Okay? And like that. Alright, so that is the last. You will have to hear the chainsaw right now. loud, it's obnoxious. Well, it sounds like a chainsaw. So that allows you to pick up quite a few resources very quickly. We already have, let me sort this, over a stack of wood and over half a stack of leaves just from that couple seconds of sawing things down. So if you go on a 5-minute, 10-minute collection run, you're gonna collect quite a bit of those resources. And here it comes, that delivery shuttle coming back down. Man, those clouds look kind of cool, don't they? And once it lands, we can start the next milestone. But I'm going to keep the resources that I have on my person. I'm not going to put them in there for that right at this moment. Okay. Now, I did not have to wait for that to come down before I did this next thing. I just felt like it. So I have the dismantle function up, and I'm going to hold down the control button. Maximum dismantle limit. I'm holding the control button. Now anything my center reticle touches is going to be selected. Power pole, power line, all those power lines, those machines, that there, this power pole. Now when I go to I can actually release the control key, and they're all still highlighted, right? And dismantle. There it is. Okay? And that's how the mass dismantle works. Let's get out of that function. Open this up, and let's actually place down another storage container right here. Thank you. Put all the concrete in there. Right? And then we need to collect that there. Grab all. Nope, we couldn't grab all of it. I'm gonna put some other things in there like the leaves and the wood, solid biofuel, limestone, the hub parts, things like that I'm not going to need right this second. The extra cable, not going to need that right now. I put away all of it. Did not mean to put all of it away. Okay, now I'm going to come over here just past this machine and place another storage box. Put all the copper ingots in there. Come back over, collect what's left in this bin here. Grab all. Oh, we got it all. Double check my inventory. Okay, now I still have plenty of room in there for this stuff here. Control. And we're going to get all of these things right here. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm doing this so that I can place the foundations down. Okay, so there's all the copper ingots we have, and just so you're aware, I went through this before. I don't know if I went through this in this episode. If you're just storing things like I am here temporarily, you're going to want to use the personal storage box. Not only is it much less obtrusive, you know, it's not a big huge thing in the way, but it also has one extra slot for storing things in. You really only want to use the storage container, this one anyway, when you're actually in line with production, where you actually need things to go in and out automatically. Okay, so what I want to do right now is double check for any concrete. No, I don't see any concrete in there. We're going to grab some concrete from here and start spreading out these foundations all over in this area here. And I'm going to come back just a little bit so I have a better angle on that. And I'm going to go ahead and use the largest, the 8x4. Get a on that. Thank you very much. Okay, and as you can see, you can place them down rather quickly, but you know, you might miss one or two here and there, so just be aware. The other way to place them down other than that, let me explain a little bit better how I was placing them. If you point at the side of another foundation, you will put it in front of it, just like that. If you are on top, you can point to an edge of an existing one, and you will put one on the other side of it. I'm pointing on this edge, so I'll put it there, pointing on that edge over there, and so on. You can also place these down while you are walking or running in the same fashion. And they will actually go down, and you can continue placing them even and run on top of them, that's what I'm getting at, while they are still building. So those are a couple options of how to place these down. Now, if you want to do it rapid, you really need a good area to look at them from. You know, be down a little bit lower like I am from the top. And then you can just, you know, spam it like that, and they will all place down pretty good. Okay, now my inventory is good on concrete still, so I want to bring this all the way out to the edge of the water. Does that interrupt my ability to collect that? It sure does. And it did not disappear. Good. And I can still access these. And what I'm going to end up doing is actually cutting out these plants. Even though they do finally respawn when you're close by, which is awesome. I don't particularly like how they look, the ends of the branches sticking up through my foundations. Okay. Two. One there, one here, and then we're gonna place another row there. Place one here. Yeah, we will continue over this direction. And I'm gonna put I'm gonna put the hub back in right here. And I don't have that on me. I put it in over here in this box. So there it is right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab this reinforced iron plate out of there as well. That, and that's good enough for now. So let's select the hub. I'm gonna flip it around. Okay, so those little, oh, I missed one, didn't I? That's okay. Here we are. I flip it around so that those little supports, those little pillars on the left side, that's where your biofuel power producers are. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this all the way over in just a little bit more. I need to move back to see it properly. There we go. And right there. I place it just like that so that I can run over here and I'll still be on the platform. I don't want to accidentally run into the water right there. Now these exclamation points, they don't mean anything at this stage of the game. They come up when you first open up your milestones in the tutorial to show you what's new. They don't mean anything at this stage, so you can ignore them. Just open and close really quick. You can hit E twice in a row and they will go away. Okay, and they're gone. Now next I want to put power the biomass burners in this square here, just like that and that. And I'm going to come back here that... Oh, well. Okay, there we go. Right, now I want to get this running as soon as possible, so... I'm going to put a storage container in over here, flip it around so the orange side is here. And that goes there. We'll get our power lines up again from there. One away. And then one here. And, whoops. One here. Now, I don't actually intend to put 4 more of these biomass burners in, but just in case. That's what it's there for. Right. So that ends over here. Connect the power up like that, and we have all 4 connected again. Awesome. Now I want to run power from here over to there. Okay, and that's it for the concrete until we get power over there. So that's why I'm doing this now. We have 19 solid biofuel on our person. There we go, 81. And the very first thing we're going to do next is get our fuel production up and running. Okay, so let's get this opened up and we will split this. Oops, no, not like that. Like that. And man, I don't want to put all of it in there because I want to use the chainsaw. I think I told you, the chainsaw will only use solid biofuel. So what I'm actually going to do is open my inventory again, split it, split it, split it. We'll keep 6, and we will put the rest in there, like that. And it looks like it's all running. Okay. Now, what we could do is actually turn these off so that they are not consuming anything. Because all we're running right now is the concrete over there, and that does not take more than one of these running. Okay, now I want to leave a gap here. So I'll start over here with a storage container. Let me go ahead and go over one more, and we'll set it back a little bit, kind of like that. Okay. And I want to place a constructor. We'll need to flip it around. And is that right? I think that's lined up properly. Nope. Sorry about that. That's the proper way. Maybe I did have it right. I don't know. Okay. Lined up. Just like that. There we go. Now we will open up logistics and put a merger here. We'll make sure that the green arrows are facing us. This is just in a little bit of a different place than before. Doesn't matter that much, really. Okay. Select another one of those. It can go there. Select another one of those, and it can go there. Put a belt in there, and over here. And if you'll notice, it automatically extended its support feet lower because it was extended out beyond the platform. It's just a very, very cool little detail that they didn't really have to add. I'm impressed. I like it a lot. The kind of details that they do put in. And remember, people, it is still in development, so don't be giving them a hard time because absolutely everything isn't perfect yet. You know, it's still in development, and the more you ask for certain things, the more they will prioritize them. So if you want one thing over another, be sure to let them know, okay? And where this right here is center. Okay, I didn't have it turned the proper way. All right, now I want another constructor facing me. Come over here. And is that right? Yes. There. And another container. Yep, that's the right way. Right there. And as soon as we are finished putting the belts in, it is done. Now we just need to put power on, and then it's actually done. Okay. Now, just in case I do want to put another 4 of those power producers in, I'm going to bring another power pole. Right here. Gotta remove that power line and then put another power line in there to there. Okay. Now let's get this started over here. One power pole there for that one and that one. Alright. And then we'll get another power pole here for this one and that one after we remove that power line there. So we're going to redo all the power lines with this new setup that we get done today. Alright, we need to get these constructors set up properly. So solid biofuel. This second one is going to be leaves. Do we have any leaves on us? No, we don't. Oops. And this one over here, this first one is going to be biomass wood. Biomass leaves, biomass wood. Okay, so when we come in around it and put resources in here that we collect, we have to make sure we put wood in the first one, leaves in the second one. Because these recipes, that's the word I was looking for, are specific. Yeah, this one has to have wood to produce the biomass. The other one has to have leaves to produce the biomass. Even though they're producing the exact same thing, it does matter. Alright? So all of that is actually powered up. So let's take all the leaves and all the wood and all of the biomass that we have out of there. Let's actually go ahead and pick up this box. It's done. It's finished its job. Our inventory is a little bit too full to grab everything out of there. Run back here. Again, this one is leaves. There we are. We're going to be pouring out of there into there. We did select it. Yes, we did. And let's put the biomass that we have into there. Good. Everything is running properly. Wood will go over here. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And since we powered all of that up, now we're going to need to turn this on as well. So as soon as we get a bunch more of that solid biomass, then I will go ahead and kick on those other 2 biomass burners. Now we need to do what? Well, I would like to drop off all the excess stuff in my inventory into this box. So extra copper, the leaves, those portable miners, what else? Barrel nuts. Anything else? Nope. We're going to keep the rest of that on us. Okay, now can we pick up this box here? Yes, we can. Then we're going to drop off most of the concrete over here. We're going to go ahead and take back... nope, I hit the wrong button combination. We have more foundations to place down. Right over here. We have our copper to get set back up. So we have... Right. Good. And then once that's done, you know, you can come back over here and just pick up any of this foliage that's sticking through. Just because. Right? Platform looks a lot better like that. Now, inventory, we have 10 reinforced iron plates. That's good enough for 5 constructors. Is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might. I doubt it. Let's get started anyway. Rotate so it's facing away. We'll place one more here for the iron. Okay. Now we're going to place 2 more in the same line facing us for the copper, and then 1 here in front of the other one facing us as well. And these 3 are going to be for the copper. This one is going to be 1 more for iron producing plates. Alright, I'm going to pick up this belt here. I'm going to pick this one up because it needs to be flipped around. Pick that up. Okay. And needs to be turned around. So what do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3. Four, flip it around, and 5. Now we're out of reinforced iron plates. We're gonna need more for the assembler, which is going to produce the reinforced iron plates for us. Okay, now I'm just placing these back here for convenience, and that's all really. Now we're gonna build that constructor, or assembler, sorry, right back here. Once we get those reinforced iron plates and also rotors. Yeah, right back here. Okay. So let's get these things plumbed back in, and then we're going to need to get them some power as well. So this is going to go there. And this is going to come out to here, rotate 90 degrees, and come forward 2 spaces. That gives it a straight out and perfect 90-degree angle. Then we're going to put another belt over here eventually. That's going to have to wait until we get the assembler up and running though. Okay, now is this... No, this is not powered. Oh, yes it is. I'm sorry, it's powered from the other side. What is these? These things are not powered. Right. Okay, let's pick up this stuff, and I didn't need to pick that one up, really. But these I want to completely do from scratch. So, we have power coming from where to where? That one's taken. So, we need a power pole for those two. We need another power pole for these two. We'll put it there. We're going to need a power pole for those two, but before I do that, I want to get another splitter. Put it in line right here. Just like that. And we'll get it plumbed in. Belts put in place. Just like that. Alright. So that's receiving resources all the way across. Now we can put our power poles in properly. So, one power pole for two machines. We're going to have an assembler back here in the back. So, we'll have one... Oh man, that belt's going to be coming out of here, going over there. So we'll go ahead and just put it there, and we can move it later if we really want to. Okay, so that's for those. This is going to be for those two. This will be for those two. And this one is going to be for all three of those, even though that's against my own rule. It's my rule. I made it up. I can change it if I want. Right. Next. What is next? Fuel. We need to make sure that we have enough fuel in these machines. So, 18. And I think these have, what, 25? No, 18. What? 24. This one is running. Why is this one... No, it's not. Now it is. Right? Alright. So, we have fuel. Here, we want to split that. So now it's in 2 stacks. There. 50s. Okay, now we are safe to power everything up. Okay. And I know these last two over here are not actually doing anything yet, but I'm still going to go ahead and run the power lines for them, so that when we are ready for them, they're good to go. Okay. So it does not matter whether you go from the pole to the machine or the machine to the pole. Still going to run the power line exactly the same place. Everything is all ready to go, except we didn't select what these things are producing. So that one's producing going to produce wire, both of those. This one's going to produce cable. This one is running. Okay, good. That one's running. Iron rods and screws. Very good. Check our inventory. We have 252 screws, some rods, plates. I think we have enough to possibly make that assembler. Let's put that in our to-do list. We need 8 reinforced iron plates and 4 rotors, and I'll bring you back when I get those completed. So in case you have never seen this recipe, the rotor recipe is costly. 25 screws with 5 of those rods. So it's not a cheap item to build, and that's another thing that's going to be built in an assembler because it does require 2 separate resources. Okay, back over here we go. We have all the parts needed for that assembler. So we'll get it put in right over here. assembler, flip it around, the orange side here. That should be good there. I want to move it out 2 spaces. Just like that. Nice. And now I'm going to come out of here as a temporary thing. I'm going to replace this in just a minute, and I'll tell you why. So that is where it lines up. Rotate 90 degrees and come over 1, 2. That makes a straight line and a perfect 90 degree. So I didn't get it perfectly distanced, and I wasn't even trying to. I had no intention of trying to, because I don't want to put that much effort into trying, I guess. No, and I didn't just put a little itty bitty piece. You know, I could have brought it out to like here, and then put that over here like it is, and then just put another piece in the gap. But as far as I know, having multiple pieces like that, when you do it 1,000 times, you know, it adds up all the separate pieces. So it can add to your frame rate loss. So I try to practice creating as few pieces of belt as possible, even in the early game when it's not quite as important, just to keep it in practice. Now we need to select the reinforced iron plate, and you can see down here the smart plating is built in this assembler. So that's one of the next things we need to really work on. And no power. What? That's right, we didn't give it power. So it's powered. Now it's producing reinforced iron plates for us. Woohoo! Automatically. Nice. Very nice. So, I want to look at something right quick here. Okay, we're running at about 45 minutes on this episode so far, so we have a little bit of time to do something else here. What else are we going to want to get done? Well, we need those 50 reinforced iron plates in order to get the milestone done. So what else can we get done? Well, we haven't actually... we don't have the copper running yet, so let's get that going. What I want to do is build storage container right over here, flip it around. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. It is absolutely temporary. How's our inventory doing? Not perfect. And yet we couldn't take all of the iron ingots, sorry, copper ingots out of there. Can we grab the rest? Yes, absolutely. And put the rest of those ingots in there. Now, before we can move any further, we need to put in a splitter right here and right there. Now we'll get this conveyor in right quick because it does not take long to do that. And then out of there into there, just like that. Cool. Check our inventory here. Sort it just a bit. We have some leaves. We have no wood. There's the flowers we need to get rid of. So the next thing we need to do is wait for those reinforced iron plates to craft, unless we want to handcraft a whole bunch of them. And we need to get all of this area over here cleared out, because that is where I am actually going to put the space elevator. Yep, that's going to go right over here somewhere. Nice area to put it. Okay, so I need to spend quite a bit of time clearing out the trees and all of that foliage from this area, and then expand the foundation platforms over there. So I'm going to do that right now, and let those resources accumulate so that we get the 50 reinforced iron plates, and I'll bring you right back. And there's our 50, 200, 300, 300 resources. Done.
Milestone reached.
Logistics.
Improved versions of conveyor belts and conveyor lifts are now accessible. To encourage additional verticality, conveyor poles now have a stackable variant.
Okay, thank you, Ada. So now we have Logistics Mark II completed. Milestones. So Tier 0 complete. Tier 1 complete. Tier 2, we just need the resource sink and the jump pads. And to be honest, I'm not going to spend the resources on the jump pads until very late in the game. Resource sink is actually really fun. There's some neat things in there. But nothing, I don't think there's anything absolutely critical in there. We will open it up fairly soon, but not right now. Right now, what I want to save resources for is the space elevator. Yes, we need the space elevator to progress. So let's add it to our to-do list, and that is the very next thing we need to do. Which is going to take 500 concrete, 250 iron plates, 400 iron rods, and 1,500 wire. Now all of that is absolutely very much doable. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So it's just waiting around for these resources to accumulate. I mean, we probably have the concrete, and I shut off the reinforced iron plate production, so the iron plates are actually backing up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with what we have in our inventory, yes, we do have the 500 concrete. We're going to need 400 iron rods. We don't have that. The 1,500 wire, we don't have that. Even if we wait until this backs up, which it has. We have 97 in there and 294 there. So we have a long ways to go with the copper wire. Actually, not that far if I take a look here. We already have 1,000. We just need another 200. And 26, my math is right. So that's actually not that far off. How's our plates? 100, so that had already stopped producing. This has 65, so we'll get those producing. Come in here. There's 100. How's this doing? Shipping everything out. 50 there. Once this hits 500, that will start backing up here. But yeah, we still need almost 100 iron plates and over 200 iron rods, as well as that wire. So we will just let that go and keep producing. So a couple things we need to put back in that we never did. Over here, we need to put back the, where is it? Yeah, the workshop. Let's spin this around and let's try to get that in a good location. That's pretty good right there. Okay, so there's the workshop. Yeah, the workshop. And then we never did place down the MAM. Okay, so there is the MAM. Now, yes, we're using some of our resources, but that's just going to have to wait until next episode. Here we go. Workshop, nothing new in here. Actually, there's the object scanner we haven't played with yet. That's going to take reinforced iron plates. Here it is. Beacons, which we haven't crafted those either. 3 of those, and then some screws. And in the MAM, we just put in a bunch of things that we've found so far, like alien organs, flower petals, and nutrients like the barrel nuts and the bacon plant to unlock certain research. What else? There was something else. What was it? Come on. Think. Wow. I can't think of what it was. The hub, the MAM, the space elevator. We're not ready for the space elevator. Oh, right. And there comes our shuttle back down, breaking orbit. We unlocked... I don't need to do it in there. We come to logistics. We unlocked the next tier of conveyor belt and lift. And then we unlocked the stackable conveyor poles. Very cool things. These unfortunately do take reinforced iron plates instead of just regular iron plates. So we do have a few things we can do. We can get those iron production items up to full speed. So let's take this out. We'll put in another splitter right here. That lines up. Another one here. That lines up. Okay. And then we just need the basic belt here. Oopsie. All over the place. Okay, that's good. And here as well. However, let me go ahead and place a tier 1 belt in there. And we also need to get it plumbed in back here. From there to there. That will only ever require this Mark 1 belt in these locations out here. Do we have any iron ore in our inventory that we need to get rid of? No. There are some iron ingots there I'd like to get out of my inventory. So let's select iron ingot there and drop this into there like that. Now we can come over here and select the next tier of conveyor belt. And I'll show you why I went ahead and placed the Mark 1 conveyor belts out there everywhere, even though we needed to upgrade. Upgrading is super easy. You select the Mark 2 belt to place it. You just highlight the existing the tier before it, and you click, and it automatically upgrades it just like that. And you can tell this one has 3 small dots right there. That one has a single larger light in the middle, and that shows you that it's upgraded. Also, it's a little bit taller on the guardrail there. Very cool. And it's running at 120 items per minute, and that's the maximum capacity this can output, 120 per minute. Very cool. So that right there is good to go. We don't need to do anything else with that. Out here, though, we do need to make a change. Select it again. That's fine, this one's fine, and that is fine. We need to upgrade here and here. And that is it. We don't need to upgrade anywhere else, because this splitter doesn't have different tiers, so it will take in whatever you can give it. So we're going to give it the full 120 per minute, and it will divvy up evenly to all 3 sides. So this one can output a maximum of 60 on that belt, 60 on that belt, 60 on that belt, which is more than this is inputting, right? And that machine and this machine are only taking 30 per minute. So that leaves 60 going this way once these finally do get backed up. But we don't actually need that much capacity because these two only take a total of 30 between them. So, once these actually get full of resources, backed up, this will actually finally back up and we won't actually need full production of everything the whole time. Full speed, anyway. So, that's cool. We have the belts upgraded right there. So we can at least maximize the potential of what we have up and running right now. Okay, so we have copper there. That was almost enough. We can take it from here, and that is definitely enough copper wire to put up. Oh my god, the space elevator. Brain work. 100. Thank you very much. 100 out of there. 100 out of there. Okay, we have plenty of iron plates. We need more iron rods. Okay, that is full. I know it goes up to a stack of 500. That is actually the highest these stacks can go. 500. But it produces 4 screws for every production cycle, so it actually can't put it at full capacity. So iron rods are backing up here. So every iron rod that gets produced between the two separate constructors we can collect at this point. So we only actually need another 60 iron rods. But that is going to take a minute or two. Anything else we can get done? Let's get these out of our platform. Nothing we can do about these. Actually, that we can. Nothing we can do about these. And do we have any... We have some leaves we can put in over here. I don't have any wood. I don't see any wood, so we're not going to have to worry about that. We can top up our power. Top up the fuel in our power producers. 400 and that's the max that one can take. Let's go ahead and max out this one as well. Yep, we're gonna max them all out. Nice, very nice. So they all have 200 in them, and we still have sort my inventory here, 122 in our inventory. Very cool. So I can run around and collect a bunch more of that biomass for this fuel production. And do you think that was long enough for the iron rods? Oops, not in there. Only need another 20. There we go. That is it. We have enough for the space elevator. But I'm going to be super mean and make you wait until the next episode for the space elevator. Yes, I mean like that. I'm going to make you wait for the next episode. Thank you very, very much. That's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Leave some comments down below. Say hello. Laugh at me. You know, say I'm a bully for making you wait until the next episode for that space elevator. Any tips, tricks, suggestions are always, always welcome. And until next time, bye-bye.